Let us talk about the Sony A7R Mark IV. Hello and welcome to our channel. For today's video, we have the Sony A7R Mark IV. This is a 35mm full frame camera and the R stands for resolution. So yes, this is a high resolution camera. The A7R Mark IV is a 61 megapixel camera and this is the highest megapixel in this particular category. This camera is currently the latest one in its series and it features all the high-end qualities that a camera should have, like high dynamic range, good ISO performance, fast readout performance from the image sensor, very accurate and fast autofocusing, and still all of it with good high megapixel count as well. We put this camera to the test for not only what it is meant for. Being a high resolution camera, we understand that this particular camera is made for high-end commercial work where we use this camera in controlled lighting and get the excellent result out of the high resolution image sensor it has. We use this camera for different types of photography. Firstly, for what it is meant for, that is shooting in a controlled environment in order to take full advantage of the high resolution image sensor it has. Other than this, we also use this camera for doing a little bit of landscape photography, macro photography, as well as bird photography, for which some might use in order to take the full advantage of the high resolution, the better dynamic range, and an amazing autofocus performance that Sony claims this particular camera has. We will share the images with you that we took during our test in order to see how well it performs and upon which we have based our opinion upon. I had lots of fun using this particular camera and would like to share a few experiences of mine in order to help you understand how good this camera is in terms of the image quality and how good of a performance it offers. The highlight feature in this camera definitely has to be the high resolution image sensor it has. Sony did almost 50% increase in the resolution for this camera as compared to the Mark III, which was 42 megapixel. The high resolution is extremely beneficial. We use this particular camera mostly with G Master lenses in order to get the full potential out of the image sensor. And we noticed that the details that the image sensor offers is really very good. The sharpness is really high and the detail is just amazing. When cropping the pictures even down to a full 100%, we notice the sharpness, the details to be excellent. This shows how good the image sensor is and how good of a job Sony is doing with this particular camera. The A7R Mark IV is a high resolution camera. At 61 megapixel, currently this is the highest one that we get in a 35mm camera. The advantages of high resolution are pretty clear. Mainly, this camera creates extremely sharp images which are high in details. Secondly, if you want to crop in an image, this camera offers lots of margin and you can crop in an image and still get the high level of sharpness and details in the images that we have. If you want to make a large print, the 61 megapixels offers lots of resolution and you can get pretty decent size print at a high quality. The backside illuminated or the BSI CMOS image sensor that Sony makes for this particular camera is of extreme high quality. When taking pictures at night time, the long exposures, we hardly noticed any hot pixels on this particular camera's images. Having 61 megapixel and still creating so few hot pixels tells us how high quality this particular image sensor really is. The color reproduction of this camera is really very good. When talking about the raw output for colors from this camera, we noticed the color accuracy to be very good, very accurate, and the colors to be very pleasing. Even the saturation of the colors is quite nice. And we notice that the evolving color science from Sony is doing wonders for the images that we take. What was good to see was that there was no color bleeding. Even when shooting red, we did not notice any color bleeds and the colors look nice. The dynamic range of this camera is excellent. The images that we take show high details in shadows and good details in highlights. Sony is doing an excellent job with this particular camera. In spite having a high resolution, still we are getting excellent dynamic range with this camera as well. The high quality BSI CMOS sensor is very good and captures lots of details in the images, and we noticed the exposure latitude of the camera to be amazing. We were able to pull lots of details from the highlights as well as the shadows with the images that we took with this camera. The ISO performance of this particular camera is very good. Traditionally, we know that having a camera with lots of pixels, the ISO performance is not going to be great. But the BSI CMOS sensor here does the magic. What we noticed was the pictures that we get produce no chromatic noise at all. The noise that is there is mostly just the luminance noise. Also, the texture that is there in the picture is very fine, making the pictures look very good. The images up to 800 ISO are extremely good. There is no noise at all. The images with 1600 ISO and up, that is where we have some visible noise. If you are not going to zoom in a lot or crop in the picture or making a very big print, the noise is not going to be that big of a problem and the images will still be quite usable. This camera features a 5-axis in-body image stabilization which works up to 5.5 stop. In our testing both indoors as well as outdoors, we found this to be working well. It is definitely quite effective. I especially remember one picture of my niece taken indoors with the indoor lighting. The focal length on my lens was 200 mm and the shutter speed that I got was 1/13. The image that I got was still quite sharp and definitely I noticed that the image stabilization on this one is quite effective. This particular camera has lots of interesting features, and because of this, even if the image stabilization is effective, I expected more and I felt this could be even better. The electronic viewfinder or the EVF is high resolution and looks very nice. The contrast and the color saturation that is set on it makes it for a very realistic and a comfortable viewing experience even for long hours. The EVF and the back screen, they have been calibrated in such a way that the photos in the EVF as well as the screen look very similar, and that makes for nice experience. The electronic viewfinder or the EVF on this camera is high resolution and it looks very nice. The color saturation and the contrast that is set on it makes it for a very realistic and a comfortable viewing experience for long hours, just like what we are used to on the optical viewfinder. The EVF and the back screen have been calibrated in such a way that the images on both of them look quite similar, and this makes for a nice viewing experience overall. The TTL meter of this camera has 1200 zones for its evaluative metering, and we noticed that the exposure calculation by the camera is accurate in most situations. The high dynamic range along with accurate exposure calculation results in very minimum requirement for changing the exposure or tweaking the exposure in post-processing. The phase metering in multi-segment metering on this camera works really great, where the camera calculates the exposure of the light on the subject's face for setting the exposure for the image. And we found this feature to be very helpful. not just with this camera, but with all Sony cameras. In situations where the dynamic range of the scene is very high, setting the DRO or the dynamic range optimizer helps get more details in the highlights and the shadows. Sony cameras in general have a smaller body as compared to the competition, and the A7R Mark IV is no different. But a smaller body does not mean a disadvantage, because this camera feels very comfortable to hold, and for using it through the day is no problem at all. What is great about this camera is for changing between modes, from manual to aperture priority, shutter priority, or the user defined modes, we have a separate dial on top of the camera, which makes it very fast and easy to operate. Also, the camera features lots of customizable buttons. So, in case if there are any features that you like to change a lot while you shoot, depending on your shooting style, there are lots of buttons which you can customize according to your shooting style. The screen at the back is touchscreen, but the touchscreen itself has limited functionality, and some of you might not like this. It would be helpful if the touchscreen is available in menu, where you can quickly change between different categories of settings in the menu. Having this particular feature just for focusing in video or just for playback to zoom in the picture is not that great. Sony already has the hardware. It wouldn't mind if they implement this through a software update. It would be quite beneficial and would make a nice user experience for some of the photographers. The autofocus performance of the A7R Mark IV is excellent, and it is best in class. It is beyond imagination, honestly. The AF system is quite matured and it behaves in a very predictable manner. When tracking a subject that is moving at a slow speed or even at a fast speed, the tracking system on this camera works exceptionally well. Sony was first to implement the eye autofocus, and after using the A7R Mark IV, we can say that they still have a comfortable lead over competition in terms of the performance of eye autofocus system amongst cameras. The eye autofocus on this camera is so good that it is beyond imagination, and one has to use it for themselves in order to believe how good this system really is. To put the eye autofocus system to test, we took some portraits where the subject's face was partially blocked, and the camera managed to quickly and accurately focus on the subject's eye every time. The eye autofocus for birds is quite good as well. For one instance, when I was taking a picture of a bird which was hiding in the grass, I noticed that the camera was able to detect the bird and it was still able to focus on the bird's eye in spite being hidden in the grass. For one instance, when the bird's eye was hidden due to the grass, the camera could not focus. But again, as soon as the eye was seen again in the frame, the camera quickly regained the focus, and again I got a sharp focus on the bird's eye. This was excellent. In other instances, when the bird was sitting on the tree branch, I noticed that the camera was still able to focus correctly on the bird in spite having a big and heavy foreground. This is good as compared to what we get in a DSLRs, which generally focus on the first thing that they see. The AF tracking on this camera is quite great as well. While taking picture of a bird in flight, I noticed that the camera quickly focused on the bird. It kept the bird in focus throughout its flight, and when the bird was about to leave the frame, in spite being out of the AF area, which Sony says is 74% horizontally, still the camera did not lose the focus on the bird. I found it to be great. Even if the overall AF performance of the A7R Mark IV is great, still Sony can bring about one improvement in their AF system, and that is a better performance in low light condition. I did not notice any issues even when I tried autofocus for night landscapes. It is just that I noticed that in a studio-like situation, where the only light was available was from the modeling lamp of the studio flash, the camera took a bit longer to focus as compared to what it generally does. This can be improved upon maybe via firmware update or maybe in the future Sony cameras. But if that happens, this camera, the AF system, would be amazing and it would be perfect. Talking about the technical specifications of this camera, the first thing definitely has to be the headline feature of this camera, that is the 35mm full frame image sensor that it has. This is the highest resolution that we have amongst any 35mm cameras. The total megapixel count on this one is 62.5, whereas the effective megapixels is 61. This is a newly developed image sensor from Sony, and it features the BSI or the backside illuminated technology for it. This particular technology offers amazing high resolution without compromising the dynamic range or the ISO performance or the low light performance of this camera. The camera uses Sony's E-mount, for which Sony already has lots of lenses available, and third-party lens manufacturers also have lenses for this mount. If you are switching from any other brand to this camera, or if you have any DSLR lenses that you wish to use with this camera, there are lots of adapters that are available with which you can use your existing lenses along with this camera. The camera has two SD card slots and both of them support the UHS 2 standard. So if you do lots of burst shooting or if you do video recording, this will be beneficial for you. The images from this camera can be saved in 8-bit JPEG or 14-bit compressed or 14-bit uncompressed RAW. The 14-bit uncompressed RAW files get up to 120 MB. So the UHS 2 standard memory cards are highly recommended for using with this camera, especially if you wish to do continuous shooting. The Exmor-R CMOS image sensor has 1200 zones for metering on this camera. With all the options that we have for setting up the metering mode, we noticed that the BIONZ processor with the CMOS sensor do an excellent job of calculating the exposure, and very rarely did we notice any error with exposure with the images that we took. The strongest point of modern mirrorless cameras from Sony is its autofocus performance. This particular camera is no different. For focusing, this camera offers 567 phase detection AF points and 425 contrast detect AF points. This particular camera has a coverage in its autofocus points for 99.7% vertically and 74% horizontally. In our usage, we found the autofocusing to work beyond our expectations. The camera body offers a 5-axis image stabilization, which is effective up to 5.5 stops when used with compatible lenses. The camera has electronic as well as the mechanical shutter. The electronic shutter can be used whenever we select the silent shooting on. The mechanical shutter on this one is the focal plane and it travels vertically. The shutter speed that we can set on this camera is the slowest of 30 seconds and the fastest of 8,000th of a second. Also, for anything longer than 30 seconds, we have the bulb mode available on this camera. The flash synchro speed on this camera is 1/250. This camera offers a continuous shooting of up to 10 frames per second at full resolution of 61. The camera has a buffer memory for 68 full resolution JPEGs or 68 compressed RAW files. When shooting in full resolution uncompressed RAW, the buffer memory can store up to 30 images. The electronic viewfinder or the EVF on this camera is half inch in size and it features 5.76 million dots. The high pixel density and the OLED technology that it uses viewing through the viewfinder makes it a pleasant experience and it feels almost like the optical viewfinder. The touchscreen at the back of the camera is 3 inches in size and features 1.44 million dots. The EVF and the screen have been calibrated well and show good accurate colors. The A7R Mark IV is a fairly light camera at just 665 grams including the battery and the memory card. This is a big advantage if you are going to be shooting for the entire day or if you travel with this camera. When people think about the A7R series cameras, they only think about the high resolution. The 61 megapixel on the A7R Mark IV though is just the tip of the iceberg. The high dynamic range, the great ISO performance at this megapixel and the best-in-class AF performance is what makes this camera an all-rounder. Photography isn't just about the final image that we create, but it is the whole process of creating that perfect shot. After using the A7R Mark IV extensively, I experienced that this particular camera makes the process of creating the picture fun and exciting, and that is what is everyone who uses this camera will experience for themselves as well. There are so many of us photographers who take photography not as a profession but as a hobby, a way to relax. Using this particular camera, I understand that the camera, because it behaves so naturally, something that we expect it to, it creates a much relaxing experience for us as a photographer using this camera. The technical aspect, that is the dynamic range or the exposure latitude, the ISO performance or the AF performance of this particular camera, yes, it is great, no doubt. But also this particular camera makes a fun experience while we are using it. And this is going to be appreciated by lots of people. After using this camera extensively, I understand that this particular camera is going to be a great option for anyone who wants a high resolution camera. It has great technical power and image performance, as well as the usage is quite fun. So if you're planning for this particular camera, this one would be a great addition to your kit.